of someone falling off of a bridge by way of a body cast.
My man J.A. been doing the hanging off of buildings and shit like that.
I think I broke my foot, my arm. I crushed 3 of the vertebrae in my spine, and I broke my hand once.
Personally, it's not something that I would ever think of going out there and doing.
All I could say is just, you know, don't fall. And it's a good spot.
It's definitely the next level of wanting to get your name up. And that's not the level that I'm on.
Racking is traditional, man. Back in the early 80s, in the 70s when graffiti on the subways, everybody racked their paint.
The more paint you have, the more graffiti you can do.
It's got to come from somewhere.
You were doing so many trains. I mean, you can't buy paint. I mean, you're little, you're not buying paint.
The majority of the people I came up with all grew up in the projects. We were poor. Where else am I gonna get 50 cans?
Key. Racking was key. I mean, I was good at racking. And the people I knew were good. I mean, these people were stealing like other things before they started stealing paint. These were people that were like thieves.
I don't think it's as much a part of the culture now as it once was. But yo, if you told somebody back in the day that you bought your paint, yo, you might as well just hang it up. Racking was always a part of the whole culture in the beginning.
I've always racked my paint, and that's because it was, hard to come by, and also that's how it was supposed to be done. That's how it was taught to me.
Part of the sort of excursion of graffiti writing was about going to obscure places and getting paint. And in the process, you'd be doing your business like to and fro.
100 cans or more, you're doing it. These cats will go, and in one day you get hundreds and hundreds of cans, so much that the car would be like sunk to the floor scraping.
There was times we used to do shopping carts. We used to go to Pergamon and Rickles and fill up a shopping cart full of paint and just walk out the garden section.
I got my one good crazy racket story. Security guard was there, sort of waiting, and I thought, like, the thing is, I just have to do it cool. I just have to pick up the bag and just walk out. Got through the door, started to walk down the street. The guy's like, excuse me. I turn around, I'm like, yes? He's like, you dropped your wallet.
Vanna Squad's full of shit. People that chase around fucking graffiti writers all day. Come on, man, there's real crimes in this city. We here to get up, We ain't selling no drugs to nobody. We're not killing the community. We're beautifying the community.
What they basically do, man, is they go out and they're like secret operatives, they're like undercover cops that go out and try to infiltrate and try to arrest writers.
The Vandal Squad, as I knew it, was just as savvy as any graffiti artist. They were just as well versed about the history of graffiti. They knew who had beef with who and who was bombing where.
And in a weird way, that kind of coexisted with writers, because you knew that they were around and you knew that they had a certain list.
When we got caught, I was shown a list that actually impressed me. The same people that were at the top of their list would have been at the top of my list.
Vandal Squad. Fuck them niggas.
In my opinion, the subways was where it was at.
Memories, man. The subways, man. You're talking 70, 79. Riding the subways and watching whole cars ride by.
You could sit down on at your home stop and soak up this moving art show.
So fun, man. I mean, I miss it. I wish it can come back.
Whole city used to me and being up on all the train lines and being like king of them.
And I took King of the Fours and I had every car inside, out, panels, throw-ups. Went out to the 2s and 5s, the 1s.
No matter where you go throughout this city, you're gonna see this guy up.
Not like a tag or 2 tags, but being up a lot.
And not just jump out your car, catch a couple of tags and be out. That's cheating.
It's funny how this New York City subway movement did kind of just die. It was a slow death, one car at a time.
Clean train movement jumped off in '85. The 4 line was the first line to have the clean trains. And from there on, all the old trains started to be destroyed and dumped in the ocean.
Whenever a train was painted, they would immediately take it out of service. So we had to bomb 10 times harder to see our stuff run in service.
We had a dream, and it was like attach life support to this thing that we loved so much, and to keep it going.
And there was a lot of energy and excitement about painting the last train. It became a personal war between us and the transit authority, between us and the Vandal Squad, to try to keep it alive, to try to keep it going.
Like throwing rocks at a man with a machine gun. You're not gonna win that battle. Not after 9/11. I think that those actions are easily misconstrued. You know, Code Orange has changed the way we look at a man in a tunnel with a hood over his head and a bag in his hands.
They have it in control, they have it in check, and they have the money to keep it clean. And they have the new stainless steel subways. I mean, you do a train, it gets buffed. I mean, the same day it gets clean. It really doesn't pay to paint trains anymore. You're only painting for the feeling and for the photo.
Graffiti is relevant. Just because you don't see the graph on trains, so you don't want to hit it, it's there to be hit, homie. No matter if it's gonna get buffed or not, just for the love of the sport.
I mean, they won the war, it's all good on the subways, but we won the war in general and long term, because now graffiti's worldwide. And that's something you can't stop, and it's art now.
Ride the track till the third rail short circuit.
Most of graffiti I see around the world at some point was directly influenced by something that they saw that came out of New York.
It's global now, put it like that. It's worldwide. It's out in Africa and Russia. I mean, it's amazing. You got graffiti that far.
I don't know, I think I'm still tripping on the fact that, like, you know, Sprite and McDonald's sell graffiti in a way.
Productions, trains, walls, cars, highways, canvases, shows, sneakers, video games, everything.
It's not a ghetto anymore. It's not restricted to that. You know, now it's just not about necessarily a locality or sort of like a lifestyle or, you know, economics. It's just more about attitude.
If it gets in the gallery, cool, beautiful, give me my cheddar, keep it moving. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to meet you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't give a fuck about rich, yuppie people criticizing my shit.
Fuck it as an attitude has become probably more important than putting up style.
If it moves you emotionally, then it's totally relevant. If you're doing it because it's cool and you want to be some sort of half-baked rebel or some bullshit like that, then it's only as relevant as that can become for you.
We're setting the new troops. They're young, they're equipped with new ammo, and they're doing damage and they're getting up, and I love it.
We've figured out how to make ink in our own mops, in our own train keys. We figured out how to get in and out of trains undetected. And I'm sure surveillance is gonna definitely put a damper on things for lots of people. The graffiti community will find their way around this.
Gonna always be here. Since caveman wrote on the walls, man. Can't stop it.